All right, inside this box, there's a toolbox heater. Let's open it up, check it out. Right, so it's kind of cool. I like the carrying case part of it. And you can just do like this here. And then the heater and the fuel tank is all inside here. Oh, this is another remote. Oh, so you can just turn it on and off right here. It's like manual mode. So it has all these things here. Fan. I saw here carbon monoxide alarm. It's kind of nice. So you have that safety stuff. Fuel pump. There's all these different, I guess, on the remote that's on it. There's all these different, lights that come on. So if the fuel pump's not working, it kind of has a light for that, whatever. So it kind of tells you what's going on. So let's take a look at it, though. It's pretty neat. And what you get for, the thing is when you look at these things online, you just don't know what you're getting. And that's what these videos are really for, is to show you what you get. I thought this was a bit smaller than it is. Okay, it's pretty good size. Okay, and online looking at it, I was like, where's the fuel tank? Well, here it is right here. It's inside the case. It says 4.75 liters or 5 liters max. So it's just 95% full, goes to 5 liters, so that's a lot. A little over a gallon. Well, quite a bit over a gallon. And I guess it has a remote here for on and off, as well as this one on here that you can, I think you can remove this. Can you? Looks like it's removable. Yeah, and it's got a cord on it. So you need this thing kind of close to where you're at. You can unplug it too, and then put the plug through if you want, and you can have it a little further away so it's kind of close to, like if you had it in a tent. I mean, this thing will heat up a tent. These things you can put out quite a bit of heat with one of these. I mean, I can heat up my whole shop garage right here. It'll heat up this garage. Okay, I don't know if it's legal to do that, but do I really care? If I want heat, I'm just gonna want heat. Oh, so it goes, you can fit this through. I think it can unplug and go through there regardless. And this has to come off anyway. So this is just a remote on and off. So if it gets too hot, you can have this near your nighttime bed, near your head or whatever, and you can go, oh man, turn it off. Or it gets too cold, you just click her back on, and then it has the up and down for the heat. So you can say, you can set your thermostat with this. So you do have a remote, and this is removable as well. So you can kind of do both of those things. You have, so what you do is you hook it up here. You put this on. So you set this outside you can set this thing, because this is like kind of self-contained. Like you can buy this thing, and I believe you can even take this thing out of this if you wanted to. Just unscrew it and take it out and mount that in your vehicle if you wanted. But the reason that this is so cool is because it's in this toolbox, and it's a really nice sturdy toolbox. Okay, but anyway, they sell these things separate, right? That's what I'm just going to say. But this one, you're getting the toolbox with it, and that's the part that you're paying for. And it's a little bit more than some of the others are, but you get this nice box. So it's good to carry this thing. If you don't want to have this in your vehicle all summer, you can take this whole thing out, and that's the whole purpose of it. So you put this thing on here, and you have a duct, and you have this thing outside your tent or your camper or whatever, and you duct this in wherever you want it in. Or if you had it in a garage or a shop or whatever, you can duct it in. You can duct it in. You can even mount this in your wall or whatever, and then just hook this thing up when you need it. And then you have this option. This one has a nice inverter, okay, and makes it so you can plug it in the wall. Or you have the 12 volt setup, I believe this is, or no, this is an extension for the wires. Oh, nice. So we're talking about, so if you wanted this thing further away, you just hook up this extension right here, and you can have, looks like about another 5 feet of distance with this thing. So you've got this much that's hanging through, okay? You can hook that up and make it go further. And then the best part is all this stuff here, when you're not using it, folds up really nice and can kind of fit inside here. You can shut the lid, except for the tube here. You can shut the lid, and then you've got all your stuff ready for summer when you're not using it. Okay, here's what I was looking for. The 12 volt setup. So you got 12 volt setup here. I think it's even 12 and 24. No, not this one. It said 1224 on something, but anyway, let's just go with 12 volt. So it has 12 volt here that you can hook up to your battery and just plug that in the machine. Plugs right here in the back, so you can run your 12 volt battery to that. You can use a nice little lithium battery if you want, or you can hook it to your car battery. Or put in a plug. It has this little muffler setup and this tube right here. So you don't want this inside your vehicle, all right? You want this thing outside, because this is carbon monoxide coming out of this tube, all right? So that's why they have an exhaust tube. So what it has inside here is there's coils that are heated up with the diesel. Okay, they're heated up, the coils, and then the fresh air goes through right here, through this, it comes in right here and goes out this tube into your, whatever, your tent, your car, your vehicle, whatever. I've seen them set up on a table like this, and then the guy had his vent wing open and some foil tape around here and just set it in there. And then that heats up the whole, like a whole VW bus. So, yeah, you could have like a table, put it near your vent wing, put it in there. You might not even need, puts out so much heat that you might not even care if it has ventilation around there, some little bit of some sort of tape to hold it in place in case it falls off. Or you can use the hose clamps that come with it. And get your heat coming inside, and then if it's outside, you probably still need this, because you don't want all that heat right next to the canister here. Put this guy on there. I don't know if you'll need the muffler. I'm not sure how that works. I don't think you'll even need that. But the size of this thing is a little bit bigger than I was expecting. So you can kind of get my arm here. It's a little bit bigger than I was expecting. And it might, from the photos that you look at online, it does look a little bit bigger in person. So it's pretty cool. I mean, I like this one. I've reviewed some of these before. And I got this one because I thought, well, this is really different. I mean, they all have like the same heat unit. And some of them have similar sizes. There's all different sizes of gas tanks and sizes of them. If you wanted to, you could take the heat unit out and the gas tank out of, unmount it from the box and mount it in your vehicle somewhere. So you can do that as well. But again, this one here, the reason you're buying this one, because it's in that nice self-contained little box. And I think, let's put that on there. Well, this, I don't know if it will fit. Don't think so. We'll see if it will, though. And I'll see if I can get the lid to shut. Let's try it. Yeah, kind of. It's a little tight with this thing. So that's, to me, you could put the 12 volt portion in there. I'm sure there's a place to put that. And the clamps. Now the muffler, maybe, maybe not. But, you know, you could have that in a little bag that you put beside it. You know, in a little plastic bag. And then you've got everything you need self-contained. Summertime, take it all out. Wintertime, bring it in. Kind of cool. That's why I got it. I thought that was kind of neat. For me, convenience. I don't think I need to. There's so many videos out on these things about how well they work. This is basically the same heat unit as all those others. Has enough heat to heat up your vehicle, a tent, a garage. You can check out the specs on that online. Specs, I'm sure, are perfectly fine. These, like I said, this heat setup is in a lot of different things, but this toolbox portion of it is what makes this one super convenient, easy to use and move around, and it's kind of neat. You know, I think it's pretty cool. And then you can put this back in place here, and you've got yourself a really nice contained heater that you don't have parts all over the place. And other than, like I said, this tube, I would like put this in a plastic bag and then put a zip tie around here so you always have it with it, right? Or if you really want to, you can keep it in the original box. I can't stand doing that myself. But anyway, that's what this is. It's pretty neat. I'm going to say it's definitely a cool item to have. If you want one, the link is in the description. Price is down there if you just want to take a quick look. It is, again, a little bit more than some of them, but again, it's got a really nice case where the others just kind of like pieces everywhere. You know, you'd have to mount those in your vehicle. This one here is meant to just grab it and go. So I like it. I'll talk to you in the next one. Please like, share, and subscribe.